Hmm. One thing that I forgot to change is how loud the music is. Hmm. I probably should have done the starting screen too, but while I was planning it, it was still somewhat random. Like I didn't properly prepare for this. If it becomes a thing, I'll maybe have a schedule. I don't know, but yeah, for now, okay. I guess a few people have joined, so let's start. So okay, I'll be implementing this thing, specifically, or rather two things. First, the just bottom sheet widget, which can be useful for like I don't know, music players, for example, and then a dialog system where dialogues can become this if they're on a small screen. I have implemented a prototype a while ago, which I have right here, and I hope it still builds. It does. Like regular shit and a dialog. And if I resize now it's actually a proper dialog. But at this size, it's a shit. This was just a prototype though. It's not very robust, and yeah, like you can see right away warnings because from basically me invalidating the location constantly. Not this though. These are a flatpak bug. Also, let me enable noise cancellation because my voice sounds weird. Hi, Luna. Okay. But yeah. So I don't have much progress on the actual libadwaita side yet. I basically just have a widget skeleton and a demo. This one has two widgets. Well, three if you include dimming. So like that's the that was dimming. This actually it's above everything else. So not exciting, but yeah, let's continue. There's basically nothing here. Just two widget properties, and very basic custom layout. So next step would be to so next step would be to actually add open and close it. So first let's just add the boolean property to have that. I'll just call it open for now. If it's not great, we can rename it later. Open. Also, if like background music is too loud or too quiet, please do tell. Because last time I did a coding stream, I did not have background music. Also, I thought I set D&D on my phone and I didn't. I mean, no problem. I know you're at work. Open. And here, get open. Properties are unfortunately one of those GeoObject things that are really verbose and not really pleasant to write. But it's not too bad. Like things like that are one of the reasons I usually use Vala for prototypes, because their properties are generally single line. Get open, set open. All of the doc comments are currently just to do because, you know, I'll write docs at the end, and if I do them now, it'll be a pain if I'll need to redo it later. So, we'll default to false. And we need to add a getter and setter. Return open, return false, set open, open. We can get rid of all of this. Now, since well, variables must be right. I mean, yeah, yes. Like English example, but I mean, like, look at this. You for each property, you have to define it. You also need to do an then you have get property and set property with functs. You have to update both of them. And then you need separate getter and setter, which I'm like, here's a getter, and I haven't finished writing the setter yet. Also, oh, right, I don't need this document yet. But yeah, since gboolean is int, it's not like, I think it's 4 bytes in this case, but yeah, I have to sanitize it because it can be anything. So I'll do this. If I invert it twice, if it was something larger than 1, it will be 1. If it was 0, it will again be 0. So like now I can actually compare it and finish it. So now I have a property that doesn't do anything. The moment, I mean, yeah. And conflicting types. Oh, right. I forgot to change type in the header. Also, yeah, the music is like properly set up to not be there in VODs, so VODs will be, but yeah, I'm using this extension to show it in the panel anyway. Like, it's actually playing through Emerald, and I'm using a fairly elaborate setup to split it apart in OBS. So sounds like these beeps, or except they're very quiet. These beeps would actually be in the VOD, but not the music. Let's see. Well, the audio is already louder than music, so I guess these beeps are just quiet. Okay. See you. One annoying thing is that rebuilding is always long if you change the header, which I did here. That's why it's rebuilding everything. So, but yeah, so this property doesn't do anything right now. So now we need to actually do something with it. So for now, I don't have animations, so I'll just set visibility on my sheet bin. So basically, I have widget, I have child, which is the content behind the sheet, which I maybe should rename the content, but I'll think about names later. It can get confusing, and I'll always end up with a bunch of free names at the last second, so it's fine. Sheet widget is which is the actual sheet that slides above the child. sheet bin is sad. Well, see you later, Lily. Yeah, but yeah. So I have sheet bin is basically widget around the sheet widget that provides the background, and anytime I show or hide the sheet, I show that widget. And same for animation, I'll animate that. And dimming widget is basically slight dimming behind it. It's exactly the same kind of dimming that we have in... Oh, right. It's basically the same kind of dimming as we have in navigation view or overlay split sidebar. Overlay split view, oh my god. So like this dimming. Except it currently has no shadow because, well, this sheet will later have round corners and it's difficult to add shadow there. So maybe I'll need to redo it, or maybe I can just get away without it. I don't know yet. We'll see. But anyway. Yep. And also I need, since we start with the closed state, I need to immediately hide the bin when creating it. And I need to add something to the demo because I don't want to constantly use inspector for this. I guess I'll... Well, I guess I could add... Yeah. I'll add a button to show hide on the actual page and the second one in the sheet. Actually, you know what? It will be a toggle button. Nah, it will be a regular button. Property name, action name, sheet open. And the same thing inside, where is it? Inside the button sheet, instead of label, it will be a button. This time it will have label. It will be have action name sheet.close, and it needs to be centered because otherwise it will be stretched to the whole to the whole sheet. So H align center and V align also center. And now I need to define two actions. GK widget class. Was it add action and set? I forgot. Let's see. Install action. So neither. Sheet.open. Now open CB, and the same thing for closing. GK widget center. Well, just widget, I guess. Action name. And, well, actually, I don't need any of that. I could just do this, but then I'll have to cast this function. Which would be GTK widget action activate func. So add bottom sheet, set open self sheet, which I will need to add to true, and the same one for closing. And now the actual sheet. And just give it a class in child, like widget class, bind, not bind, class. Well, and I need to give an ID to this widget. Okay, let's see. Oh, right. I also need to show and hide dimming and not just the sheet bin. Because dimming does block input. And it does it on purpose because later we should be able to click dimming to close the sheet. So basically, just click outside it. But that's not possible yet, so right now it just blocks input and does nothing. But yeah, now this is still clickable. I can open it and it doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. So the next step would be to have an animation, because yeah, right now it's just open it instantly. So I already added a progress field and down animation. Actually, I don't need progress, or maybe no, let's keep it. Is I think I'll just reuse the parameters from the prototype because I already figured them out there. So no reason to do something else. Now if only I could remember which file it was. It was this one. There we go. It was a spring animation. Actually, let's check docs. Just from two. Spring parameters add spring params new. I really should have gotten rid of this parameter, because I have two versions of spring parameters. Basically full ones, new full. New full, they have damping, mass, and stiffness, and damping like as a physical property. And regular simplified ones, they have damping ratio, which is basically made so that if it's 0, it oscillates endlessly. If it's 1, it's critically damped, and so on. But I still have mass, which is completely redundant at this point. It only makes sense like as a physical property. As is, it's just redundant to stiffness. So it could be two values. But yeah. Too late. So maybe for 2.0. Okay, and a target. animation. Callback animation target new. I keep trying to alt tab to Firefox, but I have Firefox on the second screen too, with Twitch open, so it keeps doing nothing. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, right. Since this is within libadwaita, I have to actually include the animation headers. Mm. I mean, it obviously doesn't work because I haven't hooked it up to anything. I don't know why I was even checking. Also, let's... yeah. Mm-hmm. So, well, the second thing I'll need is a signal when the animation is done. Actually, no, I don't know. So let's set the progress value. And we'll need to, well, right away just give it set opacity. Self-dimming value. So we'll consider it as progress 0 when the shade is hidden, and progress 1 when it's fully showing. And I'll need to clamp this value to 1, 0. Yeah, 1, 0. Because I can't set opacity larger than 1 anyway. And when it will overshoot, it may, or it will get, the value will briefly be larger than 1. And I can't use that, so I have to clamp it. And otherwise, I just need to invalidate the layout. Okay. Geolocate. Well, GeoImage itself. GeoObject does not do automatic upcasting, so I have to do it manually. Since I have at bottom sheet and not GeoWidget, I have to just do it. Mm-hmm. So here, instead of that, I'll start the animation. Yeah, no, I will actually need the dancing signal. Where is it? G callback. CB itself. And not connect, but connect swap. Normally each signal has, well, Let's open animation. Let's write first. Down CB. Normally, the first parameter is the animation. Then any optional parameters in the signal, this one has none, and then the user data I passed. Here I only need user data and swaps the first and last parameter, so I can just write add bottom sheet immediately and ignore the rest of the parameters. So if we're done when the progress is larger than like half of it, now comparing floats like that is iffy, but since we're talking about basically 1 and 0, comparing to 0.5 is fine. If the round error is that large, something's like, then you have bigger problems than this. So if it's larger than 0.5, we consider that it's been fully open and we don't really do anything. And if it's lower than that, then we need to hide the dimming and the bin. Actually, I need to keep it here too. But yeah, now they're invisible. And we start the animation. Oh, animation play. Also, wait, that's not it. I first need to set the parameters. Spring animation from animation. If it's open, well, actually, we start with the current progress anyway, but the end value will depend on what we're doing. If it's open, if we're opening, we set to 1, otherwise 0. Now this still won't work because I haven't hooked it up to layout, but the animation should be there, and in one direction basically it should appear immediately when opening, and when closing there should be delay before dimming and the shit disappear. Yep. So it basically works, and the dimming is already like animated. So now we need to hook up the actual layout. So what I need here is to slide out the sheet from the bottom, and also if the current value is larger than 1, then I'll need to expand the sheet a bit so that it sticks, basically so it sticks to the bottom edge, but the top one can still move. And I'll need to move the actual sheet widget within that so that I don't expand and contract it, which looks cool, but it's more trouble than it's worth in practice. So like we'll already do it for, well, no, I can demo it still. We still do it for overlay split view. Here, I'll need touch emulation. Where's it? Was it removed? I seem to remember there was touch emulation here. Well, I guess it's not there anymore. Well, then I can demo. I guess I could still do this, positioned like positioned at the edge of the screen and use my touch screen. So when it's not. I can't properly show it. So basically, there's slight rubber banding here. If I start pulling it to the left and then again to the right, but the widget inside it does not expand. It's just shifted instead. And I want to do the same thing here. So we don't need to change anything in the measure. Sorry. So for layout, there are two functions. Measure reports the current widget size. Well, not the current. The preferred size and its minimum size. Preferred is called natural size key. And size allocate, it actually assigns all the sizes. So here I allocate the child as the whole widget. Same for dimming. And I made the sheet slightly smaller to have margin at the top. And now I'll need to also shift it. So what's it? Position. This would be this. Yes. Except it needs to be the other way around. 1 minus self progress. And we'll round this whole thing. And here it will be instead top margin minus position. Actually, I think I might have messed up, but we'll see. I don't recognize this music. Maybe it's from extra stage. In Perishable Night. We'll see. Yep. Well, it is almost correct. It jumps a bit at the end, so I need to. I changed epsilon in the original one in the prototype to be smaller because it basically determines when the animation ends. Right now it's too large, so it ends early and doesn't do any bounce. And since I know that value works, I'll just use it. And I already have a ping and matrix. Not reading that right now. Oh, yeah. There's no bounce because, dampen ratio is 1. That's... I'm going to crash. It is. That does happen, unfortunately. Bye. See you, Pink Reaper 100. So yeah, I'll set the thumb lower, so now it should bounce. like this. Of course, now the problem is that you can briefly see the dimming popping out from below. Yeah, especially, yeah, like right now it especially looks very janky. So that's why I'll need to expand it when the value is on progress is larger than 1. Let's see. I'll replace that with a max later, but I just need to write the actual logic first. In that case, it's position will be right. Right. Yeah. In that case, it'll be this. In which case I can also replace it with... Let's see if it works first. It does, but yeah, now the widget... Now the widget inside is also stretched, which is not great. But yeah, in this case I can do this. I'll also need to change this value later because shades can also be like half height. But that's later. Like for example, in where is it? Yeah, like for example in here, this bot sheet is not full height, so I'll need to support that later, but not yet. Sorry. Right. So currently it's been. I guess I'll have to use custom widget again. Well, first I guess let's make it something more obvious. Let's see. Well, let's make the animation slower. Instead of stiffness 400, I'll make it 100. Now it should be more visible that it stretches, and it should be easier to see when it's fixed. Actually, there's a very easy way to see it. I have this button centered. I can just stop doing it. Now it will touch the edges, except if it's done correctly, it will not touch the bottom edge all the time. Now it probably will. Yeah. Like now it's pretty clearly visible that the button changes height when there's bounce. And that's exactly what should not be happening. So we'll need custom, we'll need custom layout for this thing instead of using bin. So we'll use a gizmo with the CSS name sheet. And I'll need to check what gizmo's params are because I don't remember. Okay, the first two are measure and allocate. Measure sheet, allocate sheet. And allocate. Let's move it to, well, actually, let's move all of this above. Since I generally prefer to place random static functions above vfuncs. Okay, so measure is simple. We just measure the child and call it day. Well, it's not self, it's gizmo. If the child, and yeah, if the child, okay, I'll do an early turn. If the child doesn't exist, we bail. If it does exist, we measure it and just pass everything through. Now allocate. Well, once again, we need the child, and I guess we'll need the progress value this time, which means we need the actual bottom sheet widget too, which is just the parent. Now we can access self progress. And I'll just copy, well, I'll start from copying this. Basically, if no, wait, no, I just need this. Wait, height is, we should get height of image itself. And this is the maximum height we can handle right now. So yeah, we allocate either, wait, yeah. So we allocate either the sheet bin's own height, or if it succeeds this, we allocate this. And that's it. Okay, child. Well, again, if there's no child, we just bail. So we allocate child with height. So we modify height like this, and that's it. Baseline null. Okay, so now if everything, if I haven't messed up anything, then now the child should not change the size while it's animation anymore. Right. So everything else I do with bin, I need to replace the. I forgot about that. Which would be set child. So if shit exists. Oh, I also forgot to set style sheet. Great. So we unparented. And we set it. Then we parent the new widget. Yeah, now the button doesn't always touch the bottom side. When there's a bounce, it also bounces. So that is the expected behavior. All right. So let's change the animation back because I only made it slow for the test. It was 400. And let's keep this as 0.8 for now. And return a line. Wait, what? Okay, yeah. Next one is, I guess, input. Actually, no, next one will be layout. Because I still... Let me open my notes. First. There we go. Well, actually, let's do the styles now, because there are a few things that we kind of need. I keep forgetting where I put the demo. Top left radius. I think Tobias had larger corners there. Not sure. I'll go with just 12 pixels now. Well, I guess there's a bit more contrast now. Still not enough. I'll still need to like bump the dimming, etc. But good enough for now. And actually, let's just copy the card shadow as is. And I'm pretty sure that I had some variable for this. Yeah. For this. Yeah. So next layout. There are a bunch of things that we need, like making it not always full height. For dialogues, for example, it makes sense to use the child's natural height. Like, for example, if you have dialogue that is, well, let's just find some example settings. If you have a dialogue that is, if it's something large like this, it will probably need to be full height because it's already large enough that it scrolls. But if it's something like this, then it probably shouldn't be, even though this specific dialogue is completely awful. Another one, and yet another old one. Here we go, like this one, in a window like this, it should still be at the bottom and not in the middle. So yeah. It should be able, so basically, yeah, it should be able to be smaller. And for that I have some notes for API, but I don't think I fully thought it out. But for now, we can just do a temporary thing. Like, well, for now we can probably just make it always use natural size. So let's see. So here I currently use full height minus that. So we need to measure the sheet child again. Well, any of this is if the child even exists. If not, we can just bail. So let's assume it exists. We measure it vertically. We don't care about height for width. Actually, you know what? We do. And we need the minimum size. The minimum size we don't need because we already ensured that it has enough size here. So we measure no, we skip medium size, we measure natural size, and we skip baselines because we really don't care about baselines in widgets like this. So now we have a proper height. Now is minimum of sheet height and height minus top margin. And now we can use sheet height here. And I'll remove this for now. You need to think about it and see if the rest works. If it does, the sheet will currently be really small. Well, yeah. It will be really... What? I want to type width and I type widget. So it will be the height of that button, which is not great, but it's a good indicator that it works. Well, almost. Oh, right. Since we can't the position from the top, it ends up at the top. All right. Well, and I know it's still not right. Top margin should be somewhere here. Okay, I guess I'll need to rethink it entirely. First of all, let's move height here, because we'll need to count everything from below. Next we have progress. If it's 0, it's at the bottom. So we go from 0 to the top. That is how it's supposed to behave. Now the bounce is very weird this size, obviously, and I'm pretty sure that this is curve broken. Oh wait, this is broken too. Let's make the button larger. Well, first of all, let's remove... What? Is it gonna crash again? One downside of Builder is... Yeah... Seriously. Well, no. All right. Let's see what exactly is wrong in that file. No, it all seems correct. No idea. But anyway, let's make the height a bit larger. Height request like 300 pixels. I have no idea why it started crashing in that file. Apparently doesn't like it. Also, I was muted. Great. So, okay, if sheet height is larger than position, then we need, no, not sheet height. If this is larger than sheet height, then sheet height becomes that. So instead, this is now max of sheet height and height minus sheet position. And then I'll need to update the allocate sheet logic too. Yeah. Now I have that problem where the button expands, and yeah. Let's make it a bit smaller. Mm. Well, yeah, I'll need to measure it again. Mm. Then I'll again limit it. And then I can do this. Wait, no. No. I still need it. Now I need it here. Well, something's clearly wrong, but This is the same value as top margin, isn't it? Also not sure what's up with that, but that's something for later. Wait, no, I don't need this. I needed it before I had this. So I don't need to account for top margin again. Now the button properly bounces. And if I change the button's height, where is it? Height request? The sheet changes too. Why is it so slowing down so badly? It should not be doing that. I hope it's not my bug. Okay, it slows down as soon as I open Inspector. If I then select something else. No, it's permanent, like... And, well, this is definitely Inspector. And now it's fast again. I guess it's an Inspector bug. Because there's honestly not much in this widget yet that could slow down so much. We'll see. Worst case, I'll just profile it later. Because now, thankfully, I do have a working profiling setup. Once again, I'll reply to that ping later. Okay, now that warning from earlier, I think it's just from having too large natural height. Not natural, medium height in this case, on the button. Yeah, makes sense. Though it's interesting that it's only measuring it while it's open. Right. It does it because I set visible to false. Widget cannot be measured while they are not visible. There is GTK widget set child visible for this, which I guess I can use. Yeah, I think I will. In this case, they can still be measured when they're not visible. At least if I remember correctly. I know they will be counted in the status node dig, for example, but I'm not sure about measuring. Now that I think about it. Yep. Now it's consistently wrong. Okay, yeah. Good. So now let's replace the button with something different. Like, for example, well, first of all, let's see if... Well, okay, no, first of all, let's just restart Builder, so if it crashes again, I don't lose those open files. Now let's try to open the XML again. Oh my god, it works now. I'll still keep terminal open just in case. Okay, so now I want to use something more fancy in here, like a bottom sheet. Bottom sheet stats page. I can name. What do we have? I'll just use some system icons now. Well, good enough. All right, I'll use some seed. Unlike Builder, MSeed cannot align this automatically. S-line align center, H-line, and just for style points, I'll make the build button. What's build button? I forgot. Build. Okay. Well then, let's pick some better icon, though. Yep. Here it's going, and here it expands to the proper height and stays there. That was what I wanted to test. Okay, so that icon is apparently something installed into system directories, and it's not an invite icon thing. Always fun, and that's one of the reasons our icon store is terrible. You know what? I really don't care to use something that makes sense, because I'll really do this demo anyway. So I'll just use some random icon so it doesn't look broken in code day. Like this. Okay, the next thing I was wondering about is if they should be able to be just centered or like aligned to left or right instead of being always being full width. Because, well, both iOS and Android do allow that. Actually, let's see if I can find some demo. Yeah, there we go. Though I need to, it's in the map, so I need to point somewhere where I wouldn't dox myself. Okay, so this, where's OBS? Because I need to see what my phone is showing. So, okay, I guess I still need dark. This is a bit different case from what we have because it can also be bottom bar like this. But when it expands, it's a sheet only on one side. It's not full width. Meanwhile, something like how do I? Okay, I guess I'll use fade text. Can it rotate? Yes, it can. And like here's a share sheet. Once again, it's not full height. There are this time it's centered, but it's not full height, not full width. So this time it's centered, but there's still space to the left or right. So we probably won't want to support that too. So let's make it possible. This will probably need to be configurable, though. Well, at the very least, how to align it will need to be configurable. So let's, well, yeah, for now, let's just change it unconditionally, I guess, because width is simple compared to height. We only need to change, like, we don't do anything with animations with it. It's always static, so it's just one value to change. Two values, actually. The other one will be here. Because if we measure height for width, we'll need to use the correct width of the sheet itself, not of the parent widget. So let's measure it horizontally. For no height, sheet width. Sheet width is minimum of sheet width and our own width, because it must never exceed it. Now we pass this width in here and here. And now it will work, but it will be left lined because I didn't do any, we didn't transform it. Yeah, basically exactly what I expected. And now I guess we'll need a way to position it. I don't remember this track. Maybe it's the ending. Okay, so we add new property, prop xline. Well, probably just align. Because we will never align it vertical because it's a bottom sheet. Only horizontally. So do this. Line, float, register the actual property, not float, align. Now float, I forgot if what order the parameters come in, because I need to specify minimum, maximum, and default value. They come in this order. Okay. I wasn't sure if default was last or first. So minimum is 0, maximum is 1, default is 0.5, centered. And I didn't explain this, but these parameters I just keep everywhere. Read write is obvious. This is a property that can be both read and written to, because there are some properties that can be. Like, for example, this one, current breakpoint, or has default, has focus. It's is active, like it's updated by toolkit, so it can be written to. Static strings, this is just that, well, it doesn't really matter here because they're null anyway, but basically means don't copy those strings. And explicit notify means by default when you do like something like g object set sheet align 0 null, for example, it will automatically notify the property. But we also have bottom sheet set line, which will not notify it. So instead I notify it from there and disable the properties on notify, and that's basically what everyone does. So yeah, each property has at least notify to disable their own. So also very symbolic that when I was explaining that, Founders team start playing, but I digress. So okay, we have property. Now we need to init the default value. It's defaults to 0.5. And I need to define the get and setter. Right. Since there's no type checking here, I'm pretty sure I need the F and not just that. But I don't remember. Whatever. Line. Now this I forgot if we do it for setters, like the proper. Yeah, we do. Okay, the proper float comparison with epsilon, because to combat rounding errors. Line, self-align, and FLT epsilon, because we're using floats here. It doesn't need to be that precise, and most people will just set it to either 0, 1, or 0.5. So no one cares. We don't need to do any of this. Instead, we need to queue allocate. And we need to notify the property. Okay, and now I need to add this to the header. Now it will again take forever to compile because, well, it'll take even longer with this. But even otherwise, since I changed the header, it needs to basically build everything. Well, since it's built anyway, let's see how to hook it up now. So here I need to vary it from, if it's 0, then 0. If it's 1, then I'll need width minus sheet width, because I don't want it to end up off screen. So first of all, it's just rounding off this multiplied by self line, and then I need to invert it for RTL. Well, sheet position is sheet Y, I guess now, and we'll introduce sheet X as well. Oh shit. Sound. And if, how was it? Wait, no, I did not want the huge patch. And well, GTK widget itself, I can just place it widget because self is already cast off that variable, that parameter. Actually, you know what? Let's do this and just use a line here, and that should be it. Now it's centered. Now this looks like weirdly narrow, but I mean that's just. Oh wait, that's not it. Whatever. Also the height has changed, so it shows that width for height is working. Here the title is wrapped, so we get larger height than here where it's not. So now I can change a line to, for example, 0.1, and it's left aligned. And if I change to right to left, it'll be on that edge. So it all works correctly. As it's supposed to. Meanwhile, if well, I'm not sure yet if I explicitly need a full width mode, or I can just tell apps to make their sheets wider. Because here it's only the problem because the stats page has width request of, let me change back, of 300 instead of mobile width of 360. If it's 360, it's full width. But if you keep extending it, it will be this. We'll see. I might need to ask designers about it, and it's easy to change later. But yeah. What else was in the notes? Yeah, so the next one is, I guess, hand input. Because I need to close it. Well, there can be modal and non-modal sheets. If it's currently modal, clicking outside it should just close it. Which, like, that's why the dimming blocks input. Also, it's not slow anymore, I don't think so at least. Also. Yeah. Actually, no, the next one is... I'm not sure how much I can influence that. Basically, if instead of doing a status page, which actually... if instead of just having a status page, I have a header bar as well. I have never played Phantasm Stage of Dark Cherry Blossom, so I have never heard this technique. Still need to pass regular access stage. A slightly faster way to align things, but yeah, I really should learn another text console text editor at some point. Probably no win, but we'll see. Honestly, just lazy. Since because there are things that are not very convenient in this one, like aligning things. So we'll add a top bar. And it will be a header bar. And this tag I sort of have heard because it's a remix of the one from X stage. But yeah. Okay, so I can still drag the window by doing this, and I can still close it by pressing this button. Which probably should be happening, at least for dialogues later. For regular sheets, maybe it's fine. We'll see. Because I definitely could support it, for at least for libadwaita header bars. GTK header bar is a lost cause, but we already have a bunch of integration in the libadwaita one. That's part of the reason why it exists. So like these titles like page 1, page 2, I'm not setting them manually on header bars. They come from the page. So like, here's navigation page. It has a title page 2. I can update it and header bar updates automatically. And this also updates, and yeah. And this back button is also automatic. It's part of header bar. If you use it inside navigation view, inside the navigation page, and it's not the first page, it just adds a button. So, and also like there's close button here. Same thing. It's all special case. Because doing it manually is tedious and so many apps get it wrong. So I want to automate it. And for sheets, might do it as well, really. Though it is a bit more difficult here because I'd need to expose the widgets. I'd need to expose the bin sheet. Well, actually, no, never mind, I won't. I can just check if it's a descendant of this. The question is whether I should. Because for dialects I'll need to override it anyway. Like there will need to be a system for determining whether the current dialog can be closed, which is different from like close request in window. Because there will also be swipes to close it down, and in that case, like if the dialog can be closed, I want swipes to fail too. I don't want to like swipe it all the way down, and then if the app refuses it pops back up like Force does. That's messy. So instead I want to just indicate if it can be swiped, and then the app keeps it up to date. So let's see, what can I implement next? It can be model. Well, I guess we'll probably want situations where like a sheet can be low, then like if you keep swiping up, it becomes larger. And for example, make it not model here, but only model if it's this high. That's probably not for data. Then extend behind sheet, can height, full width. Right, dragging window will be fine because they will be swiped closed anyway. Bottom bar for music player later, not yet. We'll need some property to monitor the current height because, again, this mockup, the image needs to adjust to the sheet. Yet another track I don't recognize. Maybe again next stage. This, like, the image needs to move with the sheet, so it needs to know the current height. Which, actually, let's implement now. It should be simple enough. Now, I'm not sure if I have it named. Oh, right, drag handle. Where's stage? So yeah, well, another thing we need is an optional drag handle so that where are maps? I don't need series suggestions. Where's OPS? So, for example, here there's drag handle small indicator that it can be dragged down, which basically the same thing as here, but it shouldn't be everywhere. Like for example, dialogues don't have it. So again, it should be optional. Show drag handle. We'll copy this because it's already dealing with booleans. Show drag handle. And for now, nothing, because I don't have the actual drag handle yet. I'm just adding the API first. I don't know why I'm keeping doc params for all of this right away, but these are just faster to update than functions. I guess I'll default to... What would be good default for this? Because, well, dialogues don't need it, obviously, but dialogues will be hidden behind another API anyway, so maybe I should default true. And once again, I add this to the header. Oh, yeah. I keep saying that I won't be applying to things, then I keep checking matrix while building, because I basically have nothing better to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, now to implement the actual drag handle. So drag handle will be a widget. It will be positioned inside the sheet bin above, which is also really good because it's good that I replaced bin because, well, at this point I'll need. Oops. Okay, good. Because at this point I'll need like I'll have two widgets inside it. Here I'll just use set visible because here if sizing changes it's fine. This is just a thing in the app changes. It hopefully just sets it up once when creating the sheet and never changes again. So if it changes sizing, it's fine compared to like opening and closing the sheet where the user does, not the app. And there I want to avoid size, like spurious size changes, but here it's fine. Okay, where's it? So drag handle is yet another gizmo with nothing. I'll style it entirely with CSS. Drag handle. And set parent. So should be. Then instead of just setting the sheet child, like instead of just doing set parent, we use instead before, because otherwise it will end up in front of the sheet, in front of the drag handle, and we want the child to be behind. So sheet bin and drag handle. And now we need to actually measure and allocate the thing. And also need to do this, because after we unparent sheet bin, drag handle is a garbage pointer, so we need to unset it. Okay. Child in, child not. I believe GTK had some helper for, let's see. Yeah, GTK widget show layout. I believe it checked for if it's visible to, yeah, if it's not visible, then false. If it's native, then false, otherwise true. Good. So I need to add that everywhere first. Because I actually completely forgot. And this, you know what? No, it will just do this instead. Well, 0 might be a bad thing here, but we'll see. I probably should allow it to like open at like full height in this case. Yeah, no. This. Okay, now let's actually measure the child and again, baseline, we'll ignore it. We don't really care about it here. Oh wait, the first child is drag handle now. You know what? Instead of doing this, I can always just do self shit. Well, I don't even need these variables. And what? And basically exactly the same logic. Bin layout just does this in a loop for every child and also handles baselines, but again, I don't care about baselines here and it's fine. Now, if there's minimum shit min, handle min, if there's natural, minimum of the natural sizes, and the rest just set to -1. Now allocate. Once again, I don't need the child anymore because I have self anyway. And it's less confusing when we don't refer to it as a child if we refer to it as a shit elsewhere. And it's shit height too, so yeah. Definitely more readable this way. If this exists, then we do all of this nonsense. And drag handle, well, we don't need to check if it exists because it's always there. We just need to check if it's visible. In this case, once again, we measure the thing. And this time, I guess, nailed it properly. Not. No, I don't need minimum anyway. I can, yeah, it's fine. So we just need width and height. And I won't even care about like width for height or height for it here. It really doesn't matter for this widget. So I'll measure both. Well, the first one will be horizontal orientation. And that reminds me, did I fix? Yeah, okay. For a moment I thought I didn't change it down there, but I did. So now we have both width and height. Now let's clamp it in case natural width ends up larger than our total width. And same thing for height. And now we can allocate HK widget. Okay, self drag handle, handle width, handle height. -1, and now we need to center it. So we'll need a transform. Well, baseline, I guess. And we'll need a transform. So again, translate. So we'll need some value for the x-axis and nothing for y because it's at the top. But here we'll need yeah, handle x. Basically, we'll need width minus handle width divided by 2, and that's it. I won't even deal with RTL here because it's sent it anyway. So now let's actually style the thing. First, background color. Background color. Mean width. Well, I guess I'll have to download it and just open it and literally measure dimensions. Wait, no, I don't need. Yeah. Um, 57 by 4. Oh boy, it's scaled. Let's see if there's an SVG. There is an SVG. Alright, so let's download this instead and open it in Inkscape. In Inkscape. Wait, can loop even... Yeah, it can show SVG. And it also shows it far better than, apparently, than Firefox does. Because... I know. It can show it now. I do remember how yeah. Oh, it's dark text. Anyway, we need Inkscape. It is launching, is it? Yeah, it is. Oh. Oh, there's a lot in here. Right. All of the mockups are on the same page, on the same file. What's this? I don't even remember seeing that. But anyway, 60 by 4. And this one, 60 by 4. Fair enough. Wait, I should have checked paddings as well. Wait, is it 6? 7 and a 5. I mean, I'll just do 6 pixels. Okay. Well, I guess I could just use 2, but I usually just end up specifying larger values so that if I later increase height, I don't need to change the radius. Like, it'll just work. And I probably need to fade it out a bit. Something like this. Maybe even less visible. Yeah, I think that looks fine. I'll let know if it like that, it's going to crash. Okay, so we get balance of outfits GTK alpha now. And this probably will need to be variable, but that's later. And the rest is easy. Now I hope that it doesn't crash when I open this cursed file. It will crash. It's this ridiculous. I mean, okay, I'll edit here instead. Now it looks like much less out of place now that there's no header bar. So it's just a handle, except it's not draggable yet, but it'll be. And if we disable it, then it's not there. It's not there anymore. And it purposely doesn't shift widget it, just overlays it. Wait, because well, in some case I guess it would make sense to shift it, but sorry. If, for example, I have navigation view there, I probably want animation to span that side too. Even if you don't have proper scrolling sets, it's tiny enough that it probably doesn't matter. Actually, let's put something more complex there. Like navigation. I would really prefer if this... Actually, I'll just open it in GT. You know what? Instead of doing it through file chooser, I'll just do it here. Okay. And I'll open this demo instead. and basically just copy this navigation view like wholesale. I don't think child. One weird side effect of how my audio is set up is that I can't change volume. Well, I can, but I won't hear it because I'm hearing exactly what's on the stream. Mm-hmm. And let's add another one to close it. Hmm? 143. Property. Child. Yeah, okay. Well, here's where natural height doesn't work super well. And one of the reasons why the older adaptive widgets were sometimes pain to deal with, because if this happens and its height changes, or in some case width, then you could get sidebar, for example, randomly appearing and disappearing, like settings had it when you switch to print as panel. And yeah. And now I'm noticing every time I'm saying stuff like "and yeah" after Luna's stream yesterday. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh wait, wrong file. It needs to be this one. This and I see a botched round corner. That's fine, it's fixable. Let's see. We just need to do this set overflow, GTK overflow hidden. Now it will clip those corners away. And if there's anything in the corners, it will look nice. This is basically what window does. So now, yeah, the corners look correct. Yeah. Well, the header bar looks a bit weird like that, but, you know. Yeah, I'll probably need to do something about it. Like, for example, just automatically hiding the buttons if it's in the sheet. Actually, let's do it right now. So I'll need to import bottom sheet. Split views. Do I need to track all of them or only one? Yeah, I think I only need one. So we go through split views. Yeah, so I'll need to save reference to the top level, yeah, like this. HK widget, bottom sheet. Actually, I don't even need the sheet itself. The only thing I really need here is the fact that it is inside one, so this could probably just be Boolean. Here's mobile window. What even is that? Amazing. It's probably some leftover from Brandy that I never noticed. Is inside sheet. Negation page. Now we set, well, okay, yeah. So we're going to parent. If it's split view and navigation split view, this, else if is bottom sheet, parent, then the get. Then we fetch the sheet widget. How much have we stream? Okay. I guess I'll stream for 3 hours today and stop. Then if self is inside bottom sheet, well, if this and if it isn't already set, then we set it if the widget is the sheet, the header bar itself, which is unlikely but not impossible, so we need to support that. Or if it exists and it's ancestor of this header bar, then we know we're inside the bottom sheet. And now that we know that, I don't like this code. Well, I guess at least this. I'll think later how to refactor it. But yeah, now that we're inside it, we can. Yeah, if it's inside the bottom sheet, we just ignore the rest. What? I can just... No idea why I didn't do it before. Not even continue break. Because once we determine... Wait, no. Yeah, once we determine that we don't show the buttons here, we can just ignore the rest. But yeah, now the close button inside the sheet is not there anymore. And it's again automatic because I didn't set anything on the header bar, it just works. Well, there's one more thing. If I have some navigation view inside there, and I have another one in the in here in content. Wait, no, not even that. If it's if the sheet is on one of the pages only, I feel people would do it. Yeah. Getting set as a native. I should rename it to something else. Let's see. And make it also check if it's a bottom sheet. I'll do it later. Well, I guess I could just bail right here. No, I need to do it inside navigation view too. So I have to update that function, yeah. This is the downside with heuristics like this, because there will be corner cases. Like, it isn't the same native, but one of them is a bottom sheet. We don't want to connect them. But yeah, that's definitely something for later. And this is also for later. That's once I have set variables, we'll probably need some API for looking those up, or API in libadwaita itself to just not use lookup color anymore. Okay, wait. So yeah, let's handle input now. So when tapping outside, I want to close it. I will just copy the code from overlay split view because I've already written it. So I add a click gesture to the dimming. Where's it? So I wait, no, event controller. So I create a click gesture. It's exclusive. It runs on capture phase. I don't remember why that was needed, but okay. This might become a problem if I have multiple sheets at once, which I will with dialogues. We'll see. It may be a problem, but anyway, when releasing, we have a callback, and it's just this. So now when clicking dimming, it should close, hopefully. But I really want the white capture. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah. Now I can click outside closed. But if I click here, it works properly. But yeah. I probably should start checking out things that I implemented. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once again, like just going through the list, I still have. Is it? It probably needs multiple modes, not just one. So like, be able to have mode where it's full expanded or natural height, and like resizing between them, which needs swipes first. Well, not necessarily swipes. Probably can implement the API for selecting first. Then whether it's model in this state, it should be selectable, yes, but I need to think again how to do it API wise, because when it's full expanded, when it's basically like this, it should always be model. There's literally no point in making that model. And when it's hidden, it's always not. So the only question is about this partial state. So like maybe just needs to be a flag which like model when partially expanded. Well, for now let's just call it, I guess, let's just add it and call it model. Then we can review it later. Just have to do to rename it. Set model. This model. This is all model. It defaults to true. Also defaults to true, and we also need a handle. Then get child. Let's copy open and replace everything with model. Unique null ptr2. Hi. Meow. Meow. No, I need to think. Yeah. So we get rid of all of this. But model. Once again, add it to to the header. And while it's building, we need to actually hook it up. So first of all, what? Yeah. Show model, just model. Then that music is getting interrupted. But it really shouldn't be. Wait, what? I don't like how much memory CPU Firefox consumes. Shell is obvious because it's drawing the screen and it's feeding things to OBS, but Firefox, well, maybe it's this tab. I mean, it may be the Twitch tab, but that's unfortunate. And well, I have the post specifically, so it doesn't do that. So at this point, I basically only have Twitch open for chat. So I guess I'll have to live with that. No, I mean, the music isn't up anymore, so it's probably fine. Anyway. So when it's done, we update. Well, here it's false anyway. Here it's false anyway. Here it's only false if it's not model. If it's model, not false. We'll only show it if it's model. And same thing here. Except here we need like to properly compare it. So if this is model, now let's turn it off. And yeah, we can still access this. And it definitely works. Now, when it's closed, let's toggle it, and it still works. Okay, good. Which, again, it will need some logic later for multiple states, but we'll get there later. Well, I guess the basic, well, I mean, yeah, I still need swipes, but swipes I'll do later, definitely. I guess this is enough to start implementing dialogues. Because, well, yeah, my first goal was to have a bare minimum bottom sheet widget. A bare minimum bottom sheet widget that I can use as a base for dialogues. Because my main project is that. This is just a prerequisite. So I guess let's start implementing that. So first I'll make a new class. I provide dialog. H. I'll immediately add it to the main header. I'll also add it to misen.h here, because we'll need to install this file. And I'll add the source file. Then I'll start from, actually no, I'll copy bin, because I want dialog to be derivable. That's the only reason it's a widget. I want people to be able to use templates with it. Otherwise, I'll just make this an object and not even bother widgets. Dialog new. And yeah, I'll have child. And well, where is it? I think. Next bin, we'll just again copy that. Because the object has a lot of boilerplate, but who cares if I just copy it anyway? Buildable, yeah, we'll need buildable. I don't want to use find. Well, okay, for this I could. I don't want to use find and replace in general because in cases like this I need to fix indentation, and it's easier if I see what I'm doing. For the most part, it's just small enough that I don't really care. Yeah, like here. And for cases like this, I can just do this. Split it up. Next we have class init. We have, well, here I'll use find and replace. This bin layout I'll keep. We have dialog. The buildable interface is needed for supporting this in UI files, and not just this. That's why I have it. Bin new. Also, right away, I need to do this, since I will definitely forget it later. And realistically, it probably won't even be in 1.5, but good enough. Where's bin left? Okay, bin layout. So now I have dialog, which is basically bin, and I'll go from there. Except available in 1.5, not in all. Compute expand. Yeah, I'll need compute expand and right. And I think I'll need bottom sheet too. And ideally I need it for can I use expand for like expanding it horizontally? Probably a bad idea, but we'll see. Okay, I already have compute expand. I don't think get request mode there because I'm using a layout manager. For now, I may change it later. No, actually, right. It's not widget utils, it's widget utils private. And I forgot that. Okay. While compiling, next step would be to add API to add window to work with dialogues. So what window will come basically add a dialog window. In this case, it's bottom sheet or centered overlay. But either way, it's connected inside window. So we added there. Which is why we keep this as object. But it's just not the night. But if I do that, then I can't use widget templates. So yeah, no, widget like about window which dials API also sorry also the game from bound and the dialog text, which is sad, but not for now anyway. Yep, I did it. And usually it doesn't take so long to build things, but with OBS running, it is slower. Next up. For dialogues, I have a bunch of things that instead. So it needs to have child. It already has it. It needs default width and height, like window. It needs a condition for becoming a sheet. I will just use breakpoints for that with an embedded breakpoint bin. It will need title. It will need default widget. There will need to be something for controlling whether it can be closed. Regular sheets don't need it because they just don't, and dialogues do. Now I'll probably need something to replace hide and close. I'm not sure how to do it yet. Maybe it's fine to just expect apps to just keep it alive on their own. Like, if you want to show dialog again, you just add it to window again. Maybe not. Need to think there. And I'll need, well, it will need to have reference to its parent window, and I'll need close. And the window will have present dialog, and it will need a way to inspect the current dialogs. Probably just by exposing this model. And then, like, if you need nested dialogues, you can get the window in the current dialog and add a second one to it. And then the portals will have yet another complication, but that's for a lot later. Now I just need to implement the regular ones in libadwaita. I'll definitely not finish it today, but I can just start adding things list. So let's start from adding default sizes. Actually, no, that we can do later. Let's start from adding just implementation. So first we'll need a breakpoint bin. So it's not self, it's brief this time. Because this is derivable, I can't just put data into its own struct. I mean, I can, but then I can't change it anymore because that will be ABI break. So instead, we have one pointer to a private struct and we put everything there. So we create a new breakpoint bin. We set it as a parent of this one, not as a child of this one. This specific widget has bin layout, it's fine, we'll just keep that. And everything else will be inside the bin layout. Now we need some breakpoint. Oh, right. Once I probably should keep it widget, but we'll see. Now we need to add a breakpoint. And we'll need a new breakpoint. We'll use, well, for now I guess just let's use length. Oh wait, that's condition. Breakpoints are not very fun to create in code. The idea is that you use them from UI files or use parse. So Where's dialogue again? Condition parse max width, for example, this. Probably less than that. Though, of course, I need to add setters too. Now, well, setters are for public property, so I can't really use them here. So instead, I'll just use the signals. Not even these signals, I can use like notify current breakpoint. I keep losing the dialogue. Okay. Bin, can if I can breakpoint, swap to CB self. Oof. Oh, wait, breakpoint being new. I'm starting to make lots of mistakes. To make lots of mistakes, probably a good sign that I should finish the stream soon. Which it's almost 3 hours already, so probably should do it anyway. I mean, I'm not using this class in the demo anyway for now, so running that was entirely pointless. Anyway, next I'll need to define the layout inside it. I'll have two layouts. One is the bottom sheet, and the other one is the insides of the dialogue as float window. For the latter, I think I might want yet another class, just helper. So I don't need to. So I can keep this class as just basically pass through to the sheet or the dialogue. Oof. But yeah, I think that's next time because I'm getting tired. So I guess yeah. So yeah, I guess I'll be ending the stream here. So thanks for watching. Hope this was enjoyable because almost done playing the playlist. I guess I'll need to find something else next times. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'm ending this. I'm not sure when I'll do the next one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. We'll see. I guess depends on how tired I'll be like after finishing it.